Russ Curran with Look Within, and I wanted to walk you through my ebook, The Path to True Health and Optimal Wellness, based on the science of epigenetics. So right here it says your DNA is not your destiny, and I want to explain that before I take you through a quick overview of the ebook itself. When I say the science of epigenetics, probably most of you watching this have not heard of that science because it's a recent science within the last decade. And that makes it new to science, but it's probably one of the most explosive revelations and discoveries in terms of our health and our lifespan and the impact it's going to have on us. And what the scientists are predicting is that it's a more important discovery than antibiotics itself. Because what epigenetics is, and I wanted to briefly explain that, the definition of epigenetics is that 70% of the way our genes are expressed, okay, so that means good genes being turned on, which we need, and keeping bad genes from being turned on or expressed, which can lead to disease and things like cancer and autoimmune diseases, can be prevented and controlled by 4 things in our life that we can control, okay, that we have a great influence over. That's what we eat and drink, what we put in our mouths, how we exercise, right, our environment, which I'll walk you through in a second, and our spiritual being. And I'm not talking, this isn't about religion, okay, this is like being around like-minded people, having a passion for what you do in your job and in your life, and having a positive mindset. So spirituality in that regard. So epigenetics is really quite amazing because we do know that through the foods we eat, that can help keep good genes in our body turned on. So this isn't about changing your DNA. We know we can't do that. Scientists discovered that a while ago, and they reconfirmed that when they had a conference several years ago called the Human Genome Project, which was talking about the science of epigenetics. We know we can't change our DNA, but there is a layer above our DNA called the epigenome, epi meaning above. So the genome that sits on top of our DNA. And if you really think about that, if it's programming, right? So whatever we program into our bodies is going to influence our epigenome and then how our DNA plays out. So hopefully that's starting to make a little more sense. So in other words, if I eat clean organic food all my life as opposed to someone who eats garbage processed food, the chances are, even if I have a cancer gene in my body from my parents or my grandparents, right, heredity, the chances are it won't be expressed because of my clean eating, as opposed to someone else who is feeding that disease and causing that bad gene in their body to express or turn on. So that's really quite an amazing revelation if you think about it, because we are in control of almost up to 70% of the things that can happen to us later in life in terms of diseases manifesting. So that's key to understand. So in my ebook, I talk about in chapter 1 what is epigenetic and nutrigenomic food, because there are foods we can consume, and I can tell you right now most of them are organic fruits and veggies that have all the phytonutrients and polyphenols and all those wonderful things represented all the colors of the rainbow when you walk a produce section in a grocery store, right? They're all different colors for a reason, and they all represent something of value to us in terms of nutrients in our body, okay? So that's what chapter 1 is talking about, is what that means, the positive impact it can have on our health, and then resources to help you find epigenetic foods, okay? Now, pillar number 2 talks about our environment, okay? Well, why is that important, Russ? Well, our environment, we can't control a lot of things in environment out there in the world, right? So that's chemtrails in the sky, that's pollutants, it's emissions from cars and factories. We have no control over that, but we do have tremendous control over our home environment. So air filtration in our homes, electromagnetic radiation in our homes emitted from our landlines, cell phones we use in the home, TV, washer and dryers, refrigerators, etc. You probably don't realize that, but I'll help you with that in my book. It all adds up, okay? And if we can keep the toxins out of the air and the electromagnetic radiation neutralized and down to minimum, we can have better sleep, which in turn means better health. We can breathe better and allow our bodies to rejuvenate overnight. It makes a tremendous difference in your life, trust me, from where I was 13 years ago to where I am now. So pillar 2 goes into that in great detail. Pillar number 3 is, again, all about spiritual and social. Okay, and again, this is not religious. I don't get into that at all. It's simply about being around like-minded people, having a tremendous passion for what you do in life, your job, your hobbies, whatever it may be, and providing resources to help you manifest that and bring it into your life, to help you keep a focus on it. Because whatever your focus goes to is what comes into your life. And if you've ever just had a small experience of that, you totally understand what I'm saying here. And it's worked for me time and time again. And this book is all about providing resources for you in the book that work. Because I've been through this, I'm a research guy, tremendous research over the last 13 years, and I vetted out all the programs that do work and don't work. And everything I provide for you in here, I've personally used and still use to this day in my lifestyle, total lifestyle. So that's what pillar number 3, and there's several chapters in there on that. And then the last pillar, with several other chapters, is exercise. And this is smart exercise. This is efficient exercise. This is exercise that you won't get bored with and end up quitting. You know, we all start off our year with New Year's resolutions, and that typically means losing weight, getting in better shape, right? For 90% of the people who have New Year's resolutions. Well, what do? Well, they get involved with an exercise program or a diet, right? They go after it hard for the first 3 to 4 weeks. They don't see much results, or they get really tired, and the effort that they have to expend to keep up that pace and to keep up the gains of losing weight and getting in better shape, they just can't handle it because it wasn't comfortable with them from the beginning. So what do? They quit. This pillar and these chapters I provide, one of the resources I give you is a simple way in interval training, provides you all the resources, shows you all the steps, 12 minutes a day, 3 times a week, that will burn all the fat you could ever want off your body, help you build lean muscle, okay? And when I say lean muscle, it doesn't mean looking like a bodybuilder, but just having some good tone to your body, because you want more lean muscle than fat, obviously. More lean muscle helps burn, it turns up the fat burning furnace in your body naturally, okay? And it keeps you consistent, so you're not a Dow Joneser, up and down every day or every month with your weight gain, weight off, weight gain, weight off. 12 minutes, 3 times a day. I show you that in here. I talk about yoga in here. I talk about the importance of stretching and provide resources. Really, I'm going to save you a lot of time, a lot of heartache, a lot of quitting on programs you start because these are so easy to use, whether it's just walking. You can interval train with walking, getting on a bike, a treadmill, body weight exercises. There's a lot of different things you can do to maintain. My weight doesn't go up and down for all of my life because I've always exercised. I've always tried to eat right, and it's become cleaner and cleaner the older I get and the more educated I get. And I share all of these things with you in my book. So the point to my ebook, the Path to True Health and Optimal Wellness, is to take everything I've done and all the research I've done and living proof for the last 13 years and provide you with it. So you don't have to do all the research. I provide it for you. And you can go in and check out all this stuff and decide what's right for you in your life. And I'm here for you. I provide my website in here, my contact information. So if there's any questions on any of these things in the book, I'm here to help you. If there's something that I didn't address in the book that you'd like answers on, I'm here to help you as well. This has helped many, many people in my life and people who have come to me through my website defeat cancer, turn it around, reverse their situation, or get them on a path to preventing cancer from ever happening, right? I helped save my mother's life 4 years ago from colon cancer. 12 years ago, she had got lung and brain. I didn't know what I know today then, and we went through the typical cut, burn, poison strategy with the industry, if you will, of radiation and chemo, and it almost killed her. I saw what happened. It drove me to research and find out all the things that I provide you in this book, because what I saw my mother go through, I wouldn't wish on anybody. Just not needed. Our body's an amazing organism, and it's designed to survive, and we just need to give it the right things and support it in the right way, and it will heal itself. That's the important thing to understand. Don't let fear get in the way. Arm yourself with knowledge. Knowledge is power. Okay, so we, 8 years later, after my mom got through that horrendous episode in her life, when she got colon cancer, we applied all the things I learned and did things naturally that supported her body and her immune system, and we beat the disease naturally. She didn't have to lose her hair. She wasn't sick. Every day she was more vibrant and gained more strength as she beat that disease. And that's what I help provide you in my book and on my website. So, without further ado, click on the link below the video, or if you're on my page on the website, you can actually opt in right to the, let's see, left or right of the video, I guess, yeah, right of the video. Opt in, you can get the first chapter for free, so you can kind of take it for a test drive, see what I'm all about, hear my story, read my story, read the first chapter and the resources I provide, and then decide if you want to buy chapters 2 through 14. It's less than the price of 2 movie tickets, and how can you really put a price on your health? I'll leave you with this visual. Think if someone told you that the car you're driving today is the last car you're ever going to have, okay? And let's say you got a little lax with the car you had today before you were told that. Yeah, you kind of washed every now and then, you missed a tune-up here or there, you missed your oil change here or there. Well, if you were told that that was the last car you would ever have, I think you would start taking care of it a little bit differently, right? You're probably going to wash it once a week. You're probably going to nail that oil change every 3,000 miles, right? You're not going to miss a tune-up. Why? Because if that car breaks down and doesn't operate anymore, you can't get from point A to point B, or you have to come up with another means of transportation. That would stink, right? Well, your body's the same way. We're given one wonderful organism here in our body, and if we learn to treat it right and nourish it and feed it with the right nutrients and feed our mind with the right things, develop a positive mindset, exercise the right way, smart exercise, so you don't quit on yourself. You can maintain it throughout your life. And cleaning up our environment, then we can live a lot longer and a lot healthier. So the last 8 to 10 years of our life do not have to be in a nursing home. They can be vibrant years and we can go out on our own. We don't have to go out from cancer or from some autoimmune disease or some other dreaded thing, diabetes or whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be that way, but it's up to you. You're in charge of your health. You're in control. So make the right decisions. And one of those things is buying my ebook, because it can truly help you get on the path of true health and your optimal wellness. No question. So hope this helps. Cheers to your health, and reach out if you need me. Thanks so much.